Alright, what's up, friends? Why I got this like this? Hey, y'all. Happy Monday. Ooh, not the light that went out. Let me get the light going again. Shout out. Content creating is so bootleg. Hey, y'all. What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. We are going to do another lunch and learn for Monday. How are y'all doing? Hey, is it Vikey? Here you go. What's up, Tweet? How you been, friend? What's going on with you, girl? For some of you guys who are new here, I'm Latoya Janique, aka The Scar Alchemist. I'm a medical tattoo artist located here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I go live on Mondays at noon-ish. To do these like what I call lunch and learn. So they're basically like maybe you're at work, maybe you're headed to work, coming back from work, coming from lunch. I do these kind of like bite-sized learning lessons about whatever comes to me. Sometimes they're about business, sometimes they're about my services, my tattoos, sometimes they're answering questions that I get. It just kind of depends on. Loved your Q&A on YouTube. Thank you. I did a Q&A on YouTube. Look, girl, what are we talking about? I don't even remember that. My YouTube page is coming back. I've been working on a lot of things. I've been quiet on this side because I've been in the back doing a lot of contenty things. So follow me on YouTube at The Scar Alchemist. I need 3 more of y'all to follow me so I can get to 500. I've been trying to get to 500 since last year. So do me a favor and do that. But I know that's right, baby. But that's kind of what this lunch and learn is. So while you're, yes, you posted it there. Girl, I be doing all the things. Thanks, though. But today we are going to talk about the big 3. So if you're listening to this, I'm going to try to save it. Y'all know how Instagram goes. But I really wanted to talk about this last week, and I had some reservations, but we're going to do it. I'm just going to go with how I feel led to go. And we're going to talk about the big 3 in business. And I think I've been trying to keep up. I have not been able to keep up. I'm gonna have to hit my nephew up and tell him to give me the play-by-play. I just feel like the energy that's going on right now where we at, it's a lot of wild stuff going on. We have this crazy war on the other side of the world that like so many people are. Not are you single, honey? You can get in my DMs and ask me those questions. You can send me a cash app. I'm single if you gonna send some money. It's a lot of stuff going on, right? We have an election coming up. Ooh, child, that's a whole thing. The economy is doing what it do. You know what I mean? People are like waking up and discovering all of these like talents and gifts and ideas that they've always wanted to do. And after we had the whole Panini come through and wipe out, for some people, like, some parts of the world, like whole, thousands of people died, life changed. All of us are like in this place trying to like figure out like what's going on, right? And there were a lot of brand new entrepreneurs that came into existence during the pandemic. I was one of them. I started my business literally right in the middle of the pandemic, June 2020. So I am coming up on my 4-year anniversary at the end of this month. So I kind of always try to do a little anniversary sale. So shameless plug, my online course is on sale until my birthday. My birthday is this month. Hey, Gemini season. Yeah. My birthday is this month, so I'm giving $100 off on my online course. I'll talk about that briefly. The code is reloaded. I know that's right. Come on, birthdays. Thank you for giving me 1 more year around the sun. The big guy, not the little one, don't play with it. But I always do a birthday sale, and not always do a birthday sale. I always try to do something to commemorate this time of the year, because literally it was this time 4 years ago when I was contemplating quitting my job. I had not decided yet. I had taken a month off for FMLA because life was going crazy, which is what this topic is about. It's basically the big 3 in business, but I'll kind of give you guys just a little feedback. 4 years ago, I was in that space of like trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life, which when I tell people this story, it's so crazy because I had life was good, right? I had went back to school. I got my master's. I was a nurse practitioner. I was treating cancer patients. I was working at a very well-renowned hospital here in Atlanta for one of the top university and hospital systems in the nation. My nursing school is the #1 grad school in the country and still remains that. So I graduated with honors there. And so I had a real good job, was making nice, good money. I took my trips. I had a good lifestyle. I had a baby. He was almost 2. Maybe he had just turned 2 at the time. And motherhood brought a whole nother aspect into my life. And it really challenged me to think about, like, am I really living the way I want to live? And for me, I had been kind of like having this silent conversation with myself, telling myself to live out loud. And for me, it was like a hashtag that I used to post on my personal page all the time. And it basically was, I like went to work and I was like one way at work. Like I had my work self. I was like very buttoned up. I wore a white coat, very professional. They called me by my last name, which is Britt. So I was Britt. Some of the patients called me Dr. Britt just because I wore a white coat. I was a nurse practitioner, but I wrote prescriptions. I wrote treatment plans. You know, I took care of people. I sent people to hospice. It was a very prestigious career. But I had like a work life and then I had like a weekend life. And on the weekends or, you know, outside of work, I would be doing all, I was like this is what you saw. I used to want to get my nails done all the time. I had to wear very nude nails. Hated that. I used to want to I got my hair braided one year when I went out of town, and I got my hair braided, and it was kind of like this color, and I had long braids like Solange down my butt. Oh my God, it was like a whole thing. And I really, really wanted to just live out loud and be myself. And so I finally got the courage to do that. I chased a dream, which was starting a business, which I did not have at the time, but I became an entrepreneur, right? And in the entrepreneur journey, there are some things that you must do that nobody talks about to be a better business person. And so we're going to talk about that today. And they are the big 3, which I think are very important. You have to take care of your mind, of your body, and of your spirit. So let me just preface this and say, I am a spiritual person, not a religious person at all. I used to be religious. I am no longer religious. I'm very spiritual. So if you don't identify with spirituality or what that means and that you don't like the way that sounds, go ahead and log off because this conversation is probably not for you. But this is for the people who that is for. So if, you know, you're not that person, cool, whatever. But this is for the people who that is for. And why I say you need that in business, because I think sometimes as entrepreneurs, I know myself and sometimes my mentees or my students, we get so boggled up in like trying to do the next thing. Like, I gotta make this money, I gotta pay my bills, I gotta get these clients, and we get so focused on the running the business part, and we do not take care or place priority on taking care of the business owner, which is you. So like, as much as you want, you can do all of the things, but if you don't take care of your mind, your body, your spirit, your business is going to struggle. There are going to be weaknesses in your business. There are going to be holes in your business. You're going to have these obstacles in your business. And a lot of the times you could be doing everything on point. Customer service on point. Services on point. You know, you taking classes, you keeping up with all of the things in business, but your business is suffering. You're not seeing the growth that you want because you are not taking care of yourself as the business owner. So the big 3 that I think are pertinent into taking care of yourself are your mind, your body, your spirit. So we just gonna talk about those, and with my, you know, just give you some tea, give you some insight, give you some guidance, give you some help. And if this resonates with you when we get done, let me know. And if it doesn't, cool, that's your thing. But somebody somewhere probably needs to hear this. So first of all, let me just say, being an entrepreneur requires patience, right? Instagram will make you think that you can get on here, take somebody's class, read through the class, and they're going to give you all the knowledge that they got to make 6 figures tomorrow. Sometimes that happens, right? You have these like unicorns who get on here and they say, I took the class, I started doing everything the person told me, and boom, in 14 days, I made $100,000. That is That's not most people's experience, right? If you were trying to sustain a business, meaning you want to stay around, you want to have repeat customers, you want people to speak your name, you want to be well known, it usually doesn't happen like that. And the first thing you need to understand is you're going to have to be patient. The day you plant the seed is not the day you bear the fruit. What that means is you can do something today and you may not see the results until sometimes a year from now, and you have to be okay with that. But you need to understand like what your purpose is and why you're doing it, and that's how business works. Business also has cycles, so like you could be having, you know, high months, and then, you know, you'll hit a plateau, or you'll kind of fall off and it'll seem like you need to be doing something else, and you'll be thinking you need to quit. And if you understand universal laws and all of those things, you'll understand that that's kind of how life goes. You know, the pendulum swings back and forth. The goal is that if things are balanced in your life, you don't feel the shift of the swings. Meaning, if you're doing all of these things to take care of yourself, when something happens, it won't throw you all the way off, right? That's the best way I can wrap that up. But it's kind of like the law of polarity, and the pendulum is going to swing to the left and it's going to swing to the right. And the best advice is to remain balanced. So these 3 tips that I'm going to tell you about are ways for you to remain balanced. So the first thing first is, I told you, you have to be patient, right? And it's hard to be patient when you got stuff you need done. Like the landlord ain't asking for your patience. The bill collectors ain't asking for your patience. The boss is not asking for your patience, but you have to be in control of yourself. Like, you're the captain of your own shit. And so if you tell yourself, be patient, be patient, be patient, my efforts are going to pay off, the things I'm going to do are going to pay off, then you know you're in control of what's next. The other thing is you also have to be proactive. I think that's a lot of places that people kind of fall off. Like, we think everything is just going to come to us and it's just going to happen. And you need to have a real come to Jesus conversation with yourself and ask yourself, are you really being as proactive as you say? Like, for example, I will put myself in here, baby. I have been talking about having a flourishing YouTube page probably like for 10 years. For the first 8 years, I was doing nothing about it. I just was saying I wanted a YouTube page. Hadn't filmed nothing, didn't have wasn't doing nothing. I just would be like, oh, I want me a YouTube page. This is just some random thing that I talked about because I've always wanted to like show my creative self. Okay, then in the last year, I was like, let me get a little bit more serious about this because this is definitely possible. I've literally watched people who I know have seen them grow their YouTube page, and I'm like, over here not doing anything about it, right? You're the person in control. If I wanted a YouTube page that was flourishing, growing, I could get one. You know what I'm not doing? The things that require for me to do to have a YouTube page. Like, I'm just not giving my attention to that. And that's like a honest conversation I have to have with myself. As soon as I start doing that, you will see the results of that, right? Same thing. Just like I gave y'all an example the same way. But those things take time, patience. I cannot think that just going on YouTube, creating a channel, telling people I have a page is going to get me this thriving, booming page, right? It doesn't happen like that. There are things that have to take place, the steps, you have to make changes, you have to have failures, you have to see what works to know what to keep doing, all of those things. Patience, okay? So that's the first step. That's just an overall general thing. Yo, what's up? Happy Monday. I'm talking about the big 3 in business, friend, which is mind, body, spirit. I'm trying to help the people out because this has been a lot of stuff going on. The Kendrick and Drake beef. The energy is just wild. So I'm just trying to send some love, spread some love, keep my friends balanced here, and let them know like the backstory of business and entrepreneurship that nobody really talks about, and it's the big 3. So the first thing I told y'all was patience. So next, take care of you. You are the captain of the ship. You're the person that's going to keep your business going afloat. You have to take care of your mind, your body, and spirit. So let's talk about your mind. Your mindset is everything. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will either. If you don't believe you're capable of whatever your dreams are, nobody else will either. Will Smith said, like, I saw like a quote where he said, you almost have to be psychotic about your dreams. Like, you have to literally, people have to literally think you're crazy. Like, you're that in control, meaning like you go that hard. You gotta be your own person cheerleader. You really, really do. And if you struggle with mindset, meaning like consistency, meaning like faith, meaning like belief, meaning like positivity, meaning like discipline, all of those things are mindset shifts. If you struggle with those things, I'm going to give you guys 5 books here that I think will help you shift your mindset. And some, I'm just little old me. But it's people who do this for a living and all they talk about is mindset. And here are 5, like these are like nice, peaceful baby versions of like what I would call mindset coaching, mindset therapy to help you shift your mindset, because your mind is the most powerful creator of your future. It's really your imagination. It's really your mind. You literally create everything around you based on it all starts in your mind, right? If you do not believe in what it is that you desire, if your desire is not matched with your intention, if your desire is not matched with your belief, if your desire is not matched with actions, none of those things will change. And if you don't even know how to get there, if you don't even know what it is that you desire, if you don't even know how to desire a desire, baby, you gotta shift your minds. And so I'm not gonna try to teach you all of that in this couple of minutes I got left, but I am gonna tell you where you can start. So here are 5 books that I believe will help you shift your mindset to get refocused in your business. And if you are a budding entrepreneur, an existing entrepreneur, sometimes we fall off. Like I had one of my students, and what motivated me about this is one of my students DM'd me like a month ago and messaged me about something that I do that I'll talk about in the body part. And she said, I think I just have been so focused on getting this business off the ground, I stopped taking care of myself in the ways that I was taking care of myself before. And I think that's so powerful because we all do that. I'm definitely guilty of doing that, but I try to kind of get back on balance. And since I'm there, I'm in a good space right now, honey. The phone is blowing up. Y'all hear this? Since I'm there, I want to share that while I'm balanced, right? So then that way, if I get off balance and y'all see your girl struggling, somebody send me a lifeline. So 5 books to help shift your mindset, to help balance you, because this is really all about like ways to balance and center yourself and ground yourself as a business owner so you can make your dreams come true, so you can focus, so you can get clarity, so you can get answers, so you can find the joy, because it's not all about making money is important. Don't get me wrong, baby. I don't want nobody to think that I don't like making money, because I do. I love it. I absolutely adore it. It makes me so excited and so happy, and so it makes me more creative, because when the money is in there, then I can relax and do the things that really, really make me creative. But the money is important. However, to get to that, you have to be balanced, and you have to be clear, and you have to be focused, and you have to be sure, and your beliefs have to be strong, and they have to be powerful, and they have to be rooted. And the way to get to that is to be grounded and to have your mind like a garden. So like when nourishment it enters, it produces a fruit. So these are my 5 books, in no particular order. I will say, if everything I'm saying is foreign to you, the best book that I would say to start with is The Alchemist. I read this book almost 10 years ago. No, 10 years ago. I read this book 10 years ago, and this book changed my mind, literally. I read this book every couple of years. For like the first 5 years, I read it every single year in January. But I read this book every couple of years, and every time I read this book, I find a new gem, a new lesson, something powerful strikes me. I remember something, and I'm like, man, I really needed that. So the first book I would recommend is The Alchemist by I don't know how to say his name, Paulo Coelho. I don't even mess it up. I don't even know the author by heart, because I know this book memorized. The Alchemist. I would say The Alchemist is the start. If you just feel like your mind is all over the place, if you feel like you've been in a creative rut, if you feel like, damn, they're doing this, I'm trying to do this, if you feel like I don't know what my next move is, all of those things, The Alchemist. The Alchemist is number 1. The next book I would tell you to read is The Artist's Way. People think that this book is like a how-to book about like being an artist, like drawing and things like that. It's not. It's really like a self-discovery journey, but it helps you figure out what is important to you, and it helps you find the inner creative, because the idea is that all of us are artists, and you not expressing your art, whatever that is, like your art could be, you might just be a good organizer. That is an art, because there are people who literally don't know how to organize shit. You done seen them people. Why do you think planners and planner apps, planner journals, all of those things sell so well? Because all of us need organization. If you know how to organize, if you're very organized, that is an art. You got $1 million companies who pay whole teams to come in and organize their teams, to organize their emails, to organize the layout of the blah, 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 to organize their websites. That's a skill. And you might not even know that you're sitting on a whole real talent, because you think art is just painting, singing, drawing, when it's really not. Art is your talent that you're good at and that nobody else can do like you. And all of us have that, right? So that would be the next book I would tell you to read, The Artist's Way. I'm going to tell y'all this. It's a 12-week kind of program. I've never finished it, but the year that I was on it, I got all the way to week 8. So part of me want to cheat and just start on week 9, but I know I need to start all over again, right? The week that I got to week 8, the month that I was there, I made the most I ever made in my business. I'm talking about like a double, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 5-figure month. I think I made like, I had my highest month in business ever. I haven't even reached that pinnacle again, not consistently. I've done it here and there, but that was my first time making like almost $30,000 a month. And I don't even think I was teaching. I just was grinding. But I know it was because those 8 weeks, I was like pouring so much into myself that my business benefited from that. The next book I would tell you to read is Vibrate Higher Daily by Lala Daily. I love this woman. I have been following her for years. She wrote a book. This book is so good. Oh my goodness. So this is a book that I would tell you to read if you just are like, everything bothers you, everything irritates you, everybody getting on your nerve, you know what I mean? You cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel. This book is going to help you out. Vibrate Higher Daily. The next book I would tell you to read is The War of Art. Not The Art of War, The War of Art. I talked about this book in a whole previous live last year. I did like a whole book highlight of this book. This book is like snatch your edges when it comes to like whatever it is that you're not doing. If you have not started that business, if you want to start your business, if you want to do all of these things and you're not doing them, this book gonna get you all the way together real quick in a hurry. And it's gonna tell you why you bullshit. It might not be for everybody, but for the people who have ever read this book is so on point when it comes to like shifting your mind. It literally shows you that you're probably just making excuses about everything. And as soon as you stop making excuses, you'll get to the other side of wherever it is you want to be. And then the last book, I'm currently reading this book now. I am so late to the party, but it's never too late, baby. It's never too late, and it's never too early to live the life you want to live. I'm currently reading The Law of Attraction by Esther and Jerry Hicks and the Abrahams. The Law of Attraction, baby, because y'all know that manifestation come up in every 5 conversations on Instagram, on YouTube, about how you can change your life and manifest. And if you've ever struggled to manifest and you don't even really kind of know what that means and how to break that down, so even if that's something that you want to do, the Law of Attraction is powerful. It's just they're like, I'm one of those people who like, I read things and I see how other things connect to it. So like, I'm reading this Law of Attraction book, but I'm just seeing how like I can improve my personal relationships with like family and friends by the way that I think. And I personally did this in my own relationship with me and my son's dad, like changing my mindset about how we parent, because we parent totally different. We parent in 2 different households. Our lifestyles are totally different, but me shifting my mindset into how I can accept myself and help me accept him, and we are 2 different people, and then how we're gonna accept our child, who is another third person. It's just made me a better parent. It's made me a better co-parent, and all of that is mindset shifting. Okay, so those are recommendations I would tell you to start to help take care of your mind. Do your research, read the overview of the book. These are just books that I would recommend. If y'all want me to go in detail about these books later on, maybe we'll do a little book wrap up one day, but that's where I would say mind first. Next is the body. Baby, what are you doing to take care of your body? Because if you don't know, your body is your temple. This is what houses your mind, your heart, your soul, your spirit. And I'm not just talking about taking care of your body to look good, right? That's important too, because y'all know I like to look good. But I'm talking about taking care of your body so it can be more efficient, so it can aid you in this journey of, we talk about entrepreneurship, but overall life, right? What are you doing to take care of your body? Are you moving your body every day? Y'all do know that when you do not move your body, basic things in your body don't happen. Like basic things. Like, you need to feed your body healthy food, right? You need to hydrate your body with water. A lot of times people think they're hungry when really they're thirsty, because if you don't know the difference, thirst feels like hunger because your body's trying to tell you to put something in your mouth, and it's maybe saying, well, maybe if she eats some food, like some fruit, I can get some water out of that. Hydration is important, but we're so disconnected from our bodies that we can't even really tell the difference unless you are really in tune with your body. You know the difference between being hungry and being thirsty. Movement. You have to move your body. Your body is a whole big gigantic, like, this is the greatest creation, one of the greatest creations that God made, and you get to live in it, and you're not even taking care of it. Like, when you don't move your body, some of y'all are full of SHIT, because you don't move. Like, you're not moving. You are not moving outside of walking to the work, walking to your car, walking up and down your stairs, and that's it. Your body doing that on autopilot. Like, you need to be active, and you can work out, you can go to the gym, you can walk, you can run, you can sit on a treadmill. You can sit on a treadmill. You can walk on a treadmill, you can sit on a stationary bike, but you have to give your body some form of movement for basic things to happen. If you started moving more often, you would have a more regular bowel system, which will let your body release some of the toxins, which will help your mind clear up and get rid of some of the fog, and you'll actually be more clear, you'll actually be more creative, and you can actually problem solve, and you can actually figure out what it is that you desire, and you'll actually regulate your hormones, and you'll actually lower your stress levels, and you'll actually balance your circulation and your cholesterol, and your skin will clear up, and all of these things will happen when you start moving your body, and you will feel so much better, and you'll realize that you're really alive in the greatest time in the world that's ever happened. This moment right now is the greatest time to ever be alive, because so much has happened from the beginning of humanity, and you don't even realize that because you're full of shit and you're not moving your body. So I just gave y'all a bunch of different things you can do: Pilates, yoga, walking, running, swimming, because it's getting warm outside. You can join the Y. You can you can go to a local pool, playing basketball, lifting weights, joining Planet Fitness. It's like $10 a month. Joining the Y, I just told you. Some of you guys, some of y'all 9 to 5s that y'all say y'all hate have these wellness plans in them. My old job did, where you could do a gym membership and they would pay you back for it. And y'all not even using it because you're making excuses about you don't have no time when you need to be taking care of your body. So me personally, I work out, but recently in the last 2 months, I started doing what I call gratitude walks, and I basically take 30 to 45 minutes to an hour. Sometimes it just depends on what my schedule is, but at least 30 minutes, and I walk. I don't count how many times a week, because at this point I crave it, but I basically take a walk and I look at everything going around me, everything going on, and I just give thanks to the ability to be able to see it, smell it, taste it. I literally start walking and I'm like, wow, it's so pretty outside. Thank you, God, to be able to see. Look at the trees. The trees are so colorful. Oh, I love trees. Thank you for the shade. I like looking at the leaves and shit. I like looking at tree branches and barks, but all those things just make me appreciate what I have. And 10 minutes in, whatever was bothering me before I started is not even on my mind anymore, because like it's almost like I see how big the world is and how big God is through this, and then it makes my problem seem so small, and then I really realize like I'm just probably over here complaining about some third world shit that it's not even that big of a deal. And then when I get back with the walk, my energy is like so much better and so much higher. I can tackle and handle all of the stuff that was bothering me before the walk. So I do that like at least probably like maybe 4 or 5 times a week, but I really just do it whenever I can, and it works. It's so effective that I be doing this shit all the time. So that's what I do. I would encourage you to start doing something consistently else. Riding a bike. Like y'all, I bought a bike a couple of years ago. Bike riding is so fun. It's so fun. Then you can like join a little bike riding gang. Like it's so fun. But like you have to find whatever works for you, and you got to start doing it, and you need to start doing it. This is an entrepreneur talk. All my people who are entrepreneurs, start doing it to help you with your business. And start doing it because it makes you feel better, right? Like it makes you feel better on the inside. For all of the health reasons, yes, but mentally it will make you feel better, and you might not even know that because you're not doing it, okay? And then last, spirituality. What are you doing to take care of your spirit? This can be, I told y'all I'm not a religious person, so I'm talking about, you know, if going to church makes you feel good, but I'm talking about even basic things. Like, when do you talk to God? Do you talk to God? Do you believe in God? If you don't believe in God, do you believe in a higher source? What do you believe in? And how do you connect with whatever it is that you believe in? Like journaling, meditating, all of those things. I do all the things. I'm one of those girls. I do all the things. I do sound baths. I've talked about them before. They are amazing. I have 2 sound bath therapists that I recommend. DM me if you want to know the information, because I got to wrap this up. I got 3 minutes to tell y'all this. But I do sound baths regularly. Whenever I feel like I've been in a funk or like my mind is not clear, I will get a sound bath. Those are like the singing bowls. You've seen people playing those bowls. Well, the concept behind all of that is all of those bowls align with different chakras in your body. The chakras are like the different energy systems in your body. And the sounds release trauma. So what we don't know is like listening to the radio is like sound bathing, right? But you don't get to control what you hear when you listen to the radio. And it's all these other things. It's like super, super deep. But I would just tell y'all, like, when you go to the ocean, you know how when you go to the ocean or you go to the beach and you sit on the beach and the sound of the wave is like so relaxing, like you'll be so calm. You'll see babies falling asleep at the beach, or you at the beach, you just laying out and just like the waves, the waves like going back and forth across, like it makes you instantly feel good. That's because the sound of the waves, that's like a sound bath. If you hike or if you ever go in the forest and you walking through the forest and you hear like you can hear like the leaves crunching under your feet, or like the birds like rushing and rattling, those are like natural sound baths, and it makes you feel better. If you've ever heard of anything like binaural beats on YouTube, you can research that. But like different frequencies help release different traumas and different toxicities and different pathogens in your body, and that make you feel good. So that's something for you to research, something for you to try. Connect with your spirit. I gotta go. This was fun. I hope y'all wrap up. I didn't even tell y'all all of the other stuff I do, but I gotta go. But maybe if this benefited you, if you need a little bit more direction, I follow a bunch of different people who I recommend. I'm into astrology. I have an astrologer. I've gotten readings before. I have a bunch of things that I do and a bunch of things that I follow, and all the things to help me get balanced. But my recommendation for you for the rest of the year, you're welcome, for the rest of the month, not the rest of the year, would be to focus on your mind, your body, and your spirit. And if your spirit is all you good to go on that, look at your mind, look at your body. If you fit and you healthy and you don't need to do nothing different with your body, look at your mind and look at your spirit. If your spirit is good and your body is good, your mind is probably awesome. But see how you can feed and pour back into your mind to get you to the next level. Those are my recommendations. I hope it helps. Happy Monday. If you do any of the things, read any of the books, have any other questions, send me a DM and I will message you, and I will catch you guys next week. Peace.